Okay, it is about 4 o'clock on Saturday, April 10th, and the blog is back in gear a little bit sooner than I expected, and thought I would follow up a little bit with um, some thoughts responding to some recent emails, recent comments, last couple of posts where we are at this end, and so let's do that. Obviously, you see my hat. We did just get back from Tufts up in Medford, which is just north of Boston. It's in a suburb just outside of Boston, and Chelsea certainly has confirmed her decision to attend. And as I mentioned on Friday, a huge huge event in our family and certainly in her life. A reminder that this is basically my life journal, which includes primarily trading related comments, but from time to time we'll also digress into life, because I think the two are intertwined, and this remains a diary of sorts. So anyway, had a really great day up there. Went on a special orientation tour. Very impressed by the school, and you know, the one thing that kept coming back to me as I was listening to the students and some of the leaders of the university there was the just the importance of education, and it has been interesting for me really since I left college. Got my bachelor's in '83. And then I got my MBA, an executive MBA in the 90s at the University of Wisconsin. But really, ever since I left my undergrad program and went through rising the ranks of the corporate ladder, that, you know, it's always kept coming back to education, whether it was training, or whether it was being trained in a corporate environment for future leadership positions, or whether it was training other newer employees that were coming on board. There was always a sense that they kept coming back to those roots for some reason. And certainly even over the past decade, as I transitioned careers, I keep finding myself back in pockets of education, and certainly with the launch of the Jelly program last year, a desire to use the end of my strong run in early '09 to take some time to try to create some worthwhile education for an industry that I believe still has a lot of work to do in that area. So it's just interesting. So as I was at a lot of the presentations and walking throughout just a beautiful campus this morning, my thoughts kept returning to trading education, and I kept thinking that, you know, we're still not doing this justice in this industry. And even though I think we've made some significant strides, at least based on feedback from participants and brokers and the industry and the like, that there's just so much that we can do. You know, there have been many emails coming into me over the past couple of days since I've restarted the posts, really responding and following up to some of the recent comments and dialogue on education, and it's been interesting to see the different perspectives. Again, I think there's a lot that we can do. I think it's something that we don't take as seriously as we should, and you know, we don't take the investment seriously. We don't take the time seriously. We try to, as I said, I think in was it Thursday's post, we try to take so many shortcuts. You know, learning by email, trying to get stuff for you know, no dollars, trying to, you know, get guarantees, trying to, you know, basically approach an industry which has as important financial ramifications as many professions, as any profession, in such a way where we're not taking it seriously. And you know, I kept asking myself this morning why that is, and why do we have these outstanding financial institutions where people are willing to invest, you know, up to $250,000 over a 4 or 5 year period for an education that's going to last the rest of someone's life, to all of a sudden, you know, trying to approach a trading business or trading education under extremely different premises, which again is shortcutting, is you're trying to do something without spending money or without investing the time, and you know, I've never been able to figure out why that is. And you know, people really trying to learn via paper clips. So you know, again, we haven't solved the problem with the Jelly program. I think we're on the right track, but again, I think there's much more that can be done. So you know, it kind of leaves me again with a dilemma of, I love to trade. I am you know, thrilled to be kind of in my cave right now and in my environment. As I said the other day, just me and the golf course, basically. You know, I was talking to Linda Ratchke the other day, or communicating via email, and she, you know, she was reminding me that she's best in her environment when it's just her and the computer, and I feel the same way. And so, as much as I'm enjoying that right now, you know, my thoughts on in one regard keep going back to, again, the love that I have for education, coming from a family, parents, grandparents, sister, who have all been educators in their walks of life. So I don't know. I guess I'm kind of rambling here. I don't know what we can do as an industry, or how we can continue to strengthen and make inroads in terms of preparing people adequately for what the trading business is all about. And I don't mean going to an MBA school and learning about, you know, financial management and you know, valuations of companies and that sort of thing. That's a completely different field, completely irrelevant to trading. And a lot of that is harmful for people who are true traders. But how can we, you know, continue to promote the development of traders, of solid traders that can provide liquidity to the marketplace and do so and run a business in a way where they are profitable, they're providing a valuable service to the industry, and really that's the collective goal of those of us that do this for a career. And you know, I don't know how I'm going to be involved in that going forward. You know, we've certainly tentatively scheduled the next Jelly effort for this fall. You know, I'm planning on trading up until that point. I mentioned a few months ago that it's gotten to a point where I can't do all of this by one person anymore. I can't trade and teach, and I'm at this fork because, again, the education has proven itself, the trading has proven itself. How can I, you know, as one person, merge the two? Is it now a point? Have we reached a point where because it has grown so much that we need to start building staff and need to start structuring an institution like a college? Certainly on a lesser scale, but something where we can have formal curriculum, you know, even outside of what we've done with a very modest but successful Jelly effort. So again, you know, I got to thinking today, and you know, I wanted to echo some of my thoughts that I shared in the blog on Thursday. I guess it was Thursday's post. In terms of, again, I see we as an industry, we as people wanting to learn how to trade, or even those that have been successful in trading, you know, how can we continue to turn the education that we have right now in this field into something that is so significant and so substantial? You know, do we go so far as thinking about building a college, building a trading college? And I know there are trading colleges out there. But you know, more times than not, it's all marketing hype, and there's nothing to them. So anyway, spending time at one of the leading universities in the world today got me thinking again. I don't know where I'm going with it. I'll float the idea out there. Comments, as always, are appreciated and welcome in terms of how we can continue to strengthen this industry and strengthen us as individuals and participants in the marketplace. So, you know, those are some thoughts. Again, congratulations to Chelsea. Thank you to Tufts in terms of what you've offered her in terms of a wonderful scholarship, and we look forward to a wonderful relationship with you. So that's how my Saturday and weekend is going right now. Might watch a little bit of the Masters. Have a great weekend. We'll be back at it in force on Monday. Take care.